Peace, 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 love, light, strength, and healing to all tuned in once again. Once again, I appreciate you for tuning in. I send peace, love, and light to all those tuned in, to all those fighting battles, to all those conquering battles. I send you peace, love, and light. Alright, this evening I just came to give a further reminder, a very short video. I basically wanted to come and expand on the last video I did. If you haven't seen my last video, you might want to check it out. But basically I wanted to come and speak more about why it's actually important for you to live on a higher vibration, and the dangers of living on a low vibration. Alright. For those of you that's just coming in, for those of you who haven't seen my previous video, I presented a chart. Alright. This is called an emotional chart. Alright. On the side here we have basically some emotions. So at the bottom of the chart we have things like shame, like guilt, like grief, like fear, anger, pride, jealousy. And towards the middle, coming to the top, we have things like courage, neutrality, willingness, purpose, reason. It's basically living in the love frequency. To the top we have joy, peace, enlightenment. All right. So it's basically what I'm saying is actually really important that you watching me, and in fact all of us, should be living in the higher frequencies. All right. Because by now you should know, when you live in the lower frequencies, you are easily manipulated, you are easily controlled, you are unprotected, and you are open and vulnerable to the entities that exist around us. All right. So I basically further wanted to expand on that. All right. Some people reached out to me and told me they wanted some more explanation on this. So why not? All right. So when we live our life on the lower vibrations, we are easily controlled, we are easily manipulated, we are unprotected, we are open and vulnerable to the entities and the energies that exist around us that we cannot see with our two eyes. All right. So we cannot see them with our two eyes. So if you do not know, there's a physical world and there's a spiritual world. The physical world is what we can see and touch. The physical world is what we cannot see. We may feel it, but we cannot see it. Now, if you still don't know, there are all different types of energies, all different types of entities that exist. There's the positive ones and there's the negative ones. Now, all right, for those people that basically live their life on the lower frequency, they are easily manipulated, they are easily controlled. All right, so there's always the negative energies lurking around us, always. Even right now, there's negative energies lurking around me. Probably will try to influence me to say something wrong in this video. They always work around us. All right. And when you operate on a higher frequency, you are actually protected against these energies, these forces, these entities. All right. So again, on the chart we have here, from the middle going up, this is where you actually exist. This is your true self. This is where you should exist. This is where the Most High wants you to be. You understand? This is where you should be. This is where you are actually protected on the higher frequencies. When you experience feelings of reason, of purpose, right? Of love, of joy, of peace. You understand? Of acceptance, courage. This is where you are protected. Because we see nowadays a lot of people in society fall on the lower vibrations, and things happen. Sometimes we get cases where people do things that they don't mean to do. You understand? People do things that they do not mean to do. So sometimes you may be angry, and out of anger, it's actually you actually being influenced. You don't see it, but you being on the frequency of anger, you are being influenced to do things. That's why sometimes when you do things out of anger, when you return to your normal self of peace, that's when you start to regret things that you have done. You understand? That's where you start to regret things you have done, because your thoughts were influenced by negative entities. So same way we have incidents that happen where people literally murder other people, and there's actually cases where people actually murder other people, and in the present moment they don't really see what they're doing, or they don't really feel what they're doing. But after the act have been done, most people sit behind bars, and that's when they contemplate and they realize what exactly they did. Again, we are always being influenced by energies around us 24/7. So this is why it's important to always live on a higher frequency, right? This is why it's always to live your life on a higher frequency. Now, as I mentioned, you can always fall back down. You can always fall back down. So today, you may be feeling, things like peace, like joy, purpose. You're living on a higher frequency. But as life goes on, there's things that happens, probably for you to feel a little bit of fear or a little bit of guilt. But it's important to raise yourself back up, right? So no one is saying that you should be perfect. No one is saying that you should be perfect. I'm not here to tell you that you should be perfect. You understand? All I'm telling you is when we operate on the lower frequency, this is where things happen. This is where things happen. You understand? Never respond out of anger. Haven't you ever heard this? This is a clear example. When someone tells you never respond out of anger, right? Because you might do something that you will regret later on, right? So basically, this is why it's important again that we always try to keep our vibrations up throughout the day, right? So basically, this is it for me this evening. I send you peace, love, and light. All those who are watching and all those who are not watching, right? I hope you've been taking care of yourself. I hope you've been taking care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will take care of yourself for you. All right? I hope you've been eating right, because we understand that what we eat directly affects the way we think and the way we feel. So I hope you've been eating right. I hope you've been breathing right. All right? Fill your lungs with some fresh air. All right? Most of us go throughout our entire day not actually breathing. So our breaths on automatic. You understand me? But we have to understand there's power in the breath, right? There's power in the breath. So I hope you're eating right. I hope you're breathing right. I hope you're taking care of yourself, getting some physical activity done, getting your body working, getting your blood pumping. All right? Remember, we are all co-creators of our life. So let's create. Peace, love, and light to all.